Get out of our way. We're moving sideways. Welcome to Mulberry Street. Yeah. So
Your love is unexplainable, phenomenal. What a miracle. Did I ever turn away from you when you've always been the way to life and the truth you've given me to reality? Living for the one who set me free. Better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up. It's not. Da 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 da. Da 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 My friends keep saying I'm changed, I'm acting different now. They wanna know what they know, they want the truth, and so I told them if you're free on Sunday, come to youth with me. Leave your past right at the door, and you'll never be alone. Giving me a new life, true reality. I'm living for the one who sets me free. Giving me a vision better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up at all. You could, but I'm beside you. Put my feet on higher ground. Now I'll never be the same. It's not a fake. Da 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 I'll never be the same. My heart's forever changed. I know the old me is over and buried in the grave. I don't care what they say, 'cause I'll never be ashamed of his love that saved me. 180, the type that's never fades. So now throw up your hand if you know him. Go ahead and call up a friend, 'cause we out here on a Sunday wearing the end. And if you owe it all to Jesus, go do your dance. 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey, we're gonna keep it going. So put your hands up. I close my eyes and colors fly. There's no hiding from your grace. I can't deny your heart from mine, and it's unreal and teaches. I was on the edge of deception, caught up in my own hesitation, until your love took over me. So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. An oasis, here oasis, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. Oh la la, oh la la. When I let go, then I find life. Oh la la, oh la la. When I let go, let's go. When I let go, then I find life. The higher way is calling me to a life unlike before. The Father's heart is beckoning, and I can't resist no more. I'm in the ways of devotion. I don't wanna get caught in the motion. My heart is only for you, Lord. So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. An oasis, here oasis, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. Oh la la, oh la la. When I let go, then I
So I let go and I'll let love.
Show me life like it's supposed to be.
An oasis here awaits us.
All the freedom I'll ever need.
Now I'm alive. Get low, real low. When I let go, then I find life. Go wild, go nuts, go crazy. When I let go, then I find life.
What's up, great students? Woo! We're psyched to be hanging out with you guys tonight. Welcome to Groups Launch. My name's Becca. This is Sean. We're going to be your hosts for this evening.
And we cannot wait to spend the rest of tonight with you guys. Becca, we've got something new for all of them, don't we?
We do. All right, so there's this new thing to Grace students. We're going to take the next minute and a half to get to know some of the family in this room, okay? So on your way back to your seats, this is some family time. Ask somebody what their favorite day of the week is and why. Head back to your seats and find someone to ask.
So Becca, what is your favorite night of the week?
My favorite night of the week is without a doubt Sunday night at Grace Students.
That is a good answer. I
If
love
you don't
Sunday
agree,
nights.
you're wrong.
Pretty true.
I'm
pretty
going
true.
to say that boldly.
Hey guys, we still have a minute on the clock. You guys should be
Yeah.
like still just carrying on
Make
the
some
energy.
friends,
all right?
guys. Introverts.
Get some friends.
Step out of
Grace
your
Students is a
comfort
family.
zone.
Make it happen.
If Sean can make new friends, anybody can make new friends.
That's true.
Olivia, what's your favorite day of the week? Saturday? Do you take your pictures Saturday, drink some coffee? I know her. I get her. I was her. I am her. Micah, how you feeling? Favorite day of the week?
Micah, you look sweaty.
Micah, your mic's not on. I can't hear you. I also can't read your lips when your mic's in front of your mouth.
But I'm feeling dangerous. Who's feeling dangerous?
That's
Feeling dangerous, baby.
that's literally not a day of the week.
I know, you said how it's feeling.
I said, what's your favorite day of the week?
My favorite day is Friday, of course.
Friday.
Friday,
doesn't
of
love
course.
Friday?
How many of you guys love Fridays?
That's Rebecca Black's favorite day.
Good answer. Good answer.
Stop. Make him stop. End it.
Yeah, Luke,
5
that's it.
seconds. Last chance to meet your future spouse.
All right, shout it out. What's your favorite day? All right, well, now that we've gotten to know you a little bit, what we want you to know is that if you are in this room, you are here for a reason. God has something big in store for you tonight. In fact, what we want you to know is that Grace Students exists to invite you, yes, you, to the full life that God has for you. So turn to somebody and just shout full life at them.
Full life!
Full life. That's what it's all about.
This is it. And you know what, guys? We love connecting with you on Sunday nights. Grace Students, like I said, best night of the week by far. But we don't want the connection to stop there, okay? So if you haven't yet, follow us on social media. We've got our Instagram at Grace Students. And at the same handle, I heard that we're coming back on TikTok tonight.
That is true.
I just hope I'm not on it.
It's just actually just 60 seconds of Becca's face close up on a TikTok. Would you guys watch that?
Terrifying.
That's
I
what I
wouldn't
thought.
watch that. I would scroll past.
But tonight is the night that all of you guys have been waiting for, and needless to say, you guys showed up. Let's
For
give like just
real.
one like loud scream really fast,
Woo! Come on!
because tonight is Groups Launch. Let's hear it one more time. needless to say, life is better together, and so we cannot wait to see what God is going to do in and through your group this year. We just hope that you will lean in, make some new friends, hang out with your leaders, and just lean into everything that it is that God is trying to do through your Grace group this year.
It's going to be good. All right. Right now, we're going to do something. It's a little game that we've got. All right. And this game, it could end tonight, but it could keep going. All right. And this is called the Impossible Shot. All right. How it works, we've got this nice little Nerf bow and arrow. That thing can zing. All right. Let me tell you.
It actually whistles.
I shot it in our office, and it was terrifying, all right? This is the Impossible Shot. We're going to get 3 people up here tonight. You're going to get 1 chance to shoot this bow and arrow at the symbol that's in the back of the room, all right? You see it?
Oh,
there it is.
oh, man.
Oh, baby.
Look at that lighting
all
on
right?
it.
So, but here's the best part. Here's the best part. Tonight, if you hit this impossible shot, you have a chance to win $50 cash money.
50 smackaroos.
All right?
That's like 5 double meat burritos from Chipotle.
Yeah, it is. All right, so let's get some people up here. Who wants to play? Who wants to play?
Right
Grant,
here.
do you have your hand up?
Yep, come on.
Grant, come on up.
You got one? I got
I got one. We need a girl.
We need one more. We need
Let's
one
get a
more. Let's
girl.
see the energy. Who's going to come up?
Oh,
Somebody's we got 2 jumping up and down.
look at that one right there.
That one
I was thinking the end.
on the end?
I feel like she's up here a lot. What about right here? Who is that? Oh, no. Oh, she's on a chair.
She's on a chair, but there's
Somebody
crutches
just
next to her.
screeched
That
my
seems really
name.
dangerous. All right, let's go back row. You're jumping up and down, waving your arms. Yep, you come on up.
All right.
Coming
So
up to the
come
stage.
on up to the
all the way up,
stage.
all the way up, all the way up.
Hey, if you value your vision, watch where the arrow goes, okay?
Yeah,
If
just
you're
be ready
going
to
right
duck.
here, yeah. So you're gonna have to stand on this X. You just do a nice swift pullback,
Grant's
and
going first.
So if you hit that, $50 is yours. If you miss, that's
Grant just
tough.
told me he had a childhood when I tried to show him how to use it.
Well, not everybody played Pokemon, Sean.
That's awesome.
Nope.
Nope,
missed.
didn't make it.
You would have heard it. You would have heard
Yeah.
it. All right. Take over. What's your name?
Good attempt, good attempt.
Michael? All right, Michael. 1 shot. Make it count. Here we go. I'm going to give you a hint. Pull it harder than you think.
Nope.
Nothing. All right, Maddie. Here we go.
All right, Katniss Everdeen, let's see it. Just nail it. We want to
Wait.
hear a nice gong. Bull!
Arr! That was the
Oh,
closest.
that was close.
That was close.
That was close, but
All
no
right.
cigar.
Nobody got it. That's tonight. But here,
Thanks for
guess
playing.
what, guys? Tonight it was worth 50. Next week it's worth 75, and it's just gonna keep going up until
That's
somebody
7.5 double meat burritos from Chipotle.
I hate you. All right. Well, right now we're gonna move into the next part of our service. We got another song with the band, right?
Yes, we do. So why don't you guys stand up at your seats and worship with us?
Let's do it.
Say you love me, but how could you when I went so far? Do you want me when I lose sight of where you are? But it only took a moment. the moments when I lose my way. You surround me with your mercy and your endless grace. But it only took a moment with you, a glimpse of life with purpose, and I knew that living where the light is, oh Lord, it's exactly where you want me, and I never wanna leave. So I'm gonna stay in your presence, sing of your love forever, dance like I did the day when I caught a glimpse of you. And I'll get a little bit desperate to run to the arms of heaven. All of my life surrendered, 'cause I caught a glimpse of you. 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 I wanna lift you high, forever my heart is yours. Why would I run and hide when mercy has covered all? I give my life to you, for all that you are is all I want, God. You're all I want. So I'm gonna stay in your presence, sing of your love forever, dance like I did the day when I caught a glimpse of you. And I'll get a little bit desperate to run to the arms of heaven. All of my life surrendered, 'cause I caught a glimpse of you. 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 Hey. You guys can sit down.
What is up, Grace students? Who's having a good night already? Come on. Man, this is incredible. You guys are amazing. This is an awesome night, Grace students. This is our first night of groups. Last year, we couldn't even do groups all out the way we wanted to, and this year we're finally able to do it again, and you guys showed up because there was free Chick-fil-A. Who ate some free Chick-fil-A tonight? I mean, come on. That is one of the reasons why we say around here that Sunday nights are the best night of the week, because this is the only place that you could get some Chick-fil-A. Well, if we haven't met yet, my name's Billy. I'm the student pastor here. Man, I love getting to hang out with you guys on Sunday nights. And here's what we do. Grace students exist for a really, really simple purpose. We exist to invite you to the full life God has for you. And that's what tonight's all about. That's what your group is all about. How many of you are like returning to a group? You've already been in a group before, you already know about it, all right? So if you get your hands up, you've already been in a group, you know, groups are amazing. Groups are gonna help you be better at life and live life better and follow God. So much to be excited about. Tonight, this series is called Best Night of the Week, and I wanted to just go through some other nights to start off and kind of review whether or not they really compare to how great Sundays are. So let's start off with a day. Really, it's the first day of the week, I think, for me. Maybe it isn't for you, but I think Sundays kind of end my week, so that means that Monday is the day it kind of begins my week. Who here loves Mondays? Only a few people love Mondays. Okay, not a lot of people. The people that work at a church love Mondays. How many middle school and high school students hate Mondays? Mondays are the worst day of the week, right? We can pile on Mondays. They're terrible. Why are Mondays terrible? Because At like 6 a.m., your alarm clock goes off and you have to get ready for school. It's brutal. Who here thinks they wake up the earliest on a Monday morning? There's like a hand. How early do you wake up? Golly, she said 4:10. Okay, okay, all right. Does anyone wake up around 4 o'clock? That's insane. That's insane. You guys are crazy. Who wakes up around like 5 to 6? 5 to 6? Anyone? Okay. Who's like 6 to 7? 6 to 7? 7 to 8? 8 to 9? You're late for school? Okay, a couple people, that's fine. Nobody likes Mondays. Mondays are the worst day of the week, but let's talk about another day. It's getting a little better. Let's talk about Wednesdays. Anyone a big Wednesday person? Anyone love Wednesdays? They're all right. Wednesdays are cool, right? Wednesdays are great because when you're at school and that last bell hits, when you're in the classroom, then you know that you only have half of a week left, right? So Wednesdays are great because of that, right? You get through Wednesday, you're like, I've only got Thursday, Friday, and this school week is over. Let's talk about another day that's pretty good. These are like the top 3 days, in my opinion. Friday nights. Where are my Friday night people? Friday night lights, right? Love Fridays. It's amazing. I love to get out and watch a good football game on a Friday night. That's what it's all about. The student section's rocking. You've got like the cheerleaders are doing their thing. The football team's doing their thing. It's a great night of the week. Let me just tell you, I have been to a couple different football games, and the Worcester-Orville game, the Worcester student section was stupid fun. It was a little ridiculous. Who was there for the Worcester-Orville student section that night? It was a little ridiculous. There was popcorn being thrown. Pop was being thrown. I was glad I wasn't in it. Friday nights are a great night of the week. Let's move on to another night, though. What about Saturdays? Who would say Saturday is like tops for you? Anyone? Okay. Saturdays get a little bit of love. Thing I like about Saturdays, like I feel like that's the night you get your friends together. Maybe you're going to like sit around a fire and hang out. You're going to go out to eat. You're going to play video games. Saturday nights are a pretty good night, but let's talk about my favorite night of the week, and that's Sunday. Sunday nights are my favorite night of the week. In fact, I would go so far as to say that for me, and I hope it becomes true for you, that Sunday nights are the best night of the week. Look at someone next to you, just because we're going to speak it into existence, and tell them, Sunday nights are the best night of the week. I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want to give you some evidence, some real evidence for why I think Sunday night's the best night of the week. And really what I want to do, I want to convince you to show back up next week, because next week's going to even be better than tonight. And I want to convince you to keep showing up next month. And then when we turn the clock over from 2021 to 2022, I want you to keep showing up, because I believe so much that if you show up on Sunday nights, you'll discover for all the best reasons that Sunday nights are the best night of the week. So I've got like 3 big things that make Sunday night the best night of the week. Are you ready for this? If you're a note taker, you can take notes on this. What makes a Sunday night the best night of the week? Well, here's the first thing. The first thing is you. Look at someone next to you and say, you make Sunday nights the best night of the week. Sunday nights are a great night, but let me tell you, it's not because I'm here. Definitely not. Sunday nights are the best night of the week because you are here. You make Sunday nights awesome. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you are awesome. You're amazing. You're incredible. We love you. You matter so much. You make Sunday nights the best night of the week because you chose to show up tonight. This instantly became a better night than it would have been if you stayed home. But here's something about you that maybe you don't know. That you aren't just whoever you are, like your name and the sport you play and the school you go to, but you actually are a person. Here's what we believe, that you're a person who was created by God on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose, that you are not an accident. Your life matters. You have meaning. And so when you show up, a whole bunch of people that matter a whole lot to God and matter a whole lot to us get in one room, and that makes for something absolutely amazing. When we get together on a Sunday night, we're going to open up this book. It's called the Bible. We call it God's Word because it's actually God's words written down for you and I. It's not just a dusty old book. It has so much to say to you and I about our everyday life. And I love something that's written. It's in the book of Psalms. It's kind of like the middle of your Bible. It's Psalm 139, verse 13 and 14. It says this. It says, this is someone talking to God, and they said this. They said, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb." This is someone talking to God saying, God, you actually created me. I don't know if you knew this about yourself, that God created you, that he like knit you together. Everything about you, God chose. You are special in that way. And it goes on to say, the person talking to God said, "I praise you, God, because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." Some of us might need to like find that verse and write it down on a note card and like stick it on our mirror in the morning and stick it on our dresser and make it our lock screen so that we would actually believe that we are people that matter to God, that have been created by God. You've got to believe that. You make Sunday nights the best night of the week because you're here, because you're special, because you matter, because God chose you. That's the first reason why I think Sunday nights are the best night of the week, because you're here. Here's the second reason. Second reason Sunday nights are the best night of the week. It's not just you, but let's add on to that. It's you plus God. It's not just that you're here, but it's that God's here too. This might feel a little weird, but look at someone next to you. Maybe in like a kind of, not a loud voice, but just like a quiet voice. Say, God's here too. I don't think I said whisper, but I feel like it's like whispering. That's like a little bit creepier than I was thinking. That's fine. That's fine. You make Sunday nights the best night of the week, but it's even better than that. We're not just a bunch of humans hanging out. God is actually here too. Now, if you're not really familiar with God, when we get together on Sundays, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about God and who he really is. And really, we have a goal here, and it's to invite you to the full life that God has for you. So our whole goal is to help you and God connect. And if you already are connected to God, to help you grow closer to him. But God, when I say he's here, I want you to understand something about God. God is actually everywhere. God's everywhere all the time. And so when you're in your lowest moment where you've just messed up big time, and I think probably in a room this size, even in the last week, there's a few of us that would say, man, we really screwed up. And the good news is that God is with you all the time. He's with you in your lowest moments. God's also with you in your highest moments, when you're on the top of the mountain and things are going as best as possible. But let me tell you, there is something special that happens when people like you and I that know God get together. There's something special about God being right here with us in this room. Yeah, he's everywhere, but also he's here right now. When you get together with other people that know God, there's something special that happens in that community that gets formed. There's a verse, Jesus was talking, he said this, really simple, Matthew 18:20, he said, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." Sunday nights are the best night of the week because you're here, but it gets even better. God is here too. And so if you're someone that doesn't know God, maybe you don't know a lot about Jesus yet, and you just showed up because you heard about free Chick-fil-A nuggets, I respect you a ton, honestly. To like show up to a room with a whole bunch of people you don't know, and you're just like, I just got to get that Chick-fil-A sauce. Like that is dedication. I love that. But let's say you're here and you don't really know God. You just got invited. Here's some things you got to know about God. God loves you. He loves you. I already told you he created you, and that's true. But he didn't just create you and then kind of send you off and say, hey, go figure out life. God created you, and he loves you. And he chose you, and you have so much purpose for your life that God has given to you. And God did something really amazing, even though you and I mess up a lot and we make mistakes. And if you read about that in the Bible, you'd hear it called sin. That's whenever we go our way instead of God's way. Even though we're in that state that we've messed up, we've failed, God actually sent his own son, Jesus, to die for us, this punishment that we needed to die. And when he did that, he made a way for us to not just know about this God that's out there, but actually know God personally. And I think maybe for some of you in this room tonight, through you coming to the best night of the week, you're going to get introduced to the best relationship you could ever have. It's a relationship with Jesus. Maybe you're here and you already know God. You've been coming for a while. I would just say there's something that we could do, those of us who are like, we've been around, maybe you're like, no, I'm a regular at Grace Students, that if we shifted our perspective and said, you know what, because we're not just here for ourselves and our friends, and we're here really for God, that would maybe change what we walk in. That when we sing a song, maybe a fun song, we're jumping up and down, I love that, and maybe a quieter song, that we would be not just singing lyrics, that we'd be actually singing to God, because God's here, and we're worshiping Him for who He is. And maybe if you're already a follower of Jesus and you think about groups, you think, you know what, I got to be different in my group tonight because I want to help my friends know Jesus. I want to grow closer to Him. It changes everything when you realize Sunday nights are the best night of the week because you're here, because God's here. But here's the third reason, it wraps it all up. Sunday nights are the best night of the week because of you, because of God, but finally, because of your friends. Sunday nights are the best night of the week because you're here, God's here, and your friends are here too. Just encourage someone who maybe they feel alone, maybe they feel kind of scared to the big room. Say, hey, you've got friends here. Tell someone you've got some friends here. And I feel like if we really want to make this weird, you should look at someone and say, you've actually got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. And if you want to sing it, you could sing it. You're here, God's here, and the best combo to add to that is that your friends are here. Listen. You were not made to do life alone. You need people in your life. You need good people in your life. Some of you, the biggest reason why this school year is not going well for you is because you haven't found the right friends. If you looked at your life over the last year or 2 years and some of the decisions you made and regrets you'd have, you could look back and say, you know what? A major reason why that happened to me was because I didn't choose to surround myself with the right friends. Well, listen, you come here and we're going to do everything we can to get you surrounded by some good people that love God and love you. You're going to meet some adult leaders. Can we just give a shout out to, if you're an adult leader, can you raise your hand? There's like 70 leaders in the room right now. Can we give a shout out to our leaders? When you join a group, you gain some leaders, you gain some friends, but better yet, here's what we say. If you join a group, you gain a family, right? Say that with me. If you join a group, you gain a family. There's something amazing that happens when we get together because God's presence is with us and we know that we matter and our life has purpose, and we get together and say, you know what? This is more than just showing up to a building. It's showing up with my family to grow closer to God and make a difference in the world. In fact, we're going to skip ahead a couple slides here, Sophia. I would say this, really, really simple. When you think about you and God and your friends, I'd say this: we are better together. We're better together. You need God in your life, and you need some friends in your life that know God too. And when you have that, that's going to make you better, and you're going to make them better. So in a little bit, what we're going to do, because you don't want to listen to me that much longer, your attention span's already dwindling. You're like, when is this guy going to be done? And I understand that. So we're going to wrap this thing up real quick. We're going to head off in a little bit to what we call grace groups. So if you're new here, a grace group is a smaller group of some students that hang out together and get to know God together and build amazing friendships together. And you're going to learn about how to get in the right group. If you have a friend here, you're just going to go with your friend because that's what we want to see happen. We're going to get ready to head into these groups, and we've established really what we would call our family values. Does anyone have a dad or a mom that will have you sit down for a family? Yeah, someone raise their hand. You have it? Yes, okay. Technically, we all were born, which means, okay, so, thank you. Does anyone have a dad or a mom who will sit you down for like a family meeting? And they'll be like if it was my parents, they'd be like, hey, because you're a Starkey, being a Starkey means X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I got to respect people and be kind or whatever. Thanks, Mom. Don't say anything. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. Like that kind of stuff. Well, we have what we would call our family values. We have some values as a family that really define who we are. And I'm going to run through them, and your leader's going to talk about these in groups, and this is going to help you have the best group ever. Let me run through these family values. If we live these out, we're really going to be better together. Here's the first one. One of our family values is that we honor one another. Imagine if you had a group of people around you that honored you, meaning they cared about you, they respected you. When you talked, they would actually listen. They wouldn't just be trying to think about what they were going to say next, but they'd really be listening. They would honor you. Next thing, one of our family values is that we are real with one another. How many of you actually have some people you can be super honest with about the tough things in your life, the really difficult things you're going through? In our groups, one of our family values is that we're real with one another because we can trust that if we share something with someone, it's not going to go get shared at the school the next day, but what gets shared in group stays in group. Next thing is we forgive one another. Now, when you mess up, you can trust that your people in your group are going to forgive you. And when they mess up, you're going to forgive them too. You know why? Because God forgave us first and foremost. So we're going to forgive people because we've been forgiven. Fourth thing, we fight for one another. We're people that are going to fight hard for the people in our group. That when you've got a friend that's kind of walking away from God, you're going to do everything you can to grab onto them. If you have to put them in a chokehold, you're going to drag them back and say, no, you can't make that decision. Don't go that place. Don't date that person. Couldn't people solve a lot of their problems if they just didn't date the wrong people, right? We're going to fight for one another. And finally, we don't give up on one another. That's not something we do here. We stick with one another. We stay it out for the long haul. We don't give up on one another. So let me just ask you this as we get ready to wrap up and head to groups. We got something real fun before we do that. Imagine for a moment what could happen in your life if you had some people like that honored you, that were real with you, that forgave you, that fought for you, that didn't give up on you. You don't have to imagine because you can have that tonight. But here's what you got to know. It takes every single one of us to build the family that we want to have here. So you've got to live these out and trust that your friends are going to live it out, and God's going to do something absolutely amazing through it. And so let me wrap it up and sum it up with this really, really simply. You plus God plus your friends are better together. You plus God plus your friends are better together. You're better together. If you don't show up on a Sunday night, you're going to be missing out on what God wants you to have in your life. If you miss out on a Sunday, you're missing out on something absolutely incredible that you can help to build. But when you show up here, we're going to do our very best to provide you with some friends that are going to surround you. We're going to do everything we can to invite you to the life that God has for you. You plus God plus your friends are better together. It's absolutely true. Let's take a second, let's respond, but get ready to have some fun in just a moment. But here's how we're going to respond. This is what I'd like for us to do. There's nothing spiritual about this. So I just want you to bow your heads and close your eyes. And the reason I want you to do that is I want you to just focus in, maybe just for a few moments. As the band comes up, they're going to lead us in one more song. Just with your head bowed and your eyes closed, not worried about anyone else around you, I wonder if you would just stop for a moment and think, what does God want to do in your life this year? What does God want to do in your life? Maybe ask the question another way. Ask, what do you want God to do in your life this year? You can take a quick second, just in your own heart, you can talk to God and you can tell him, say, God, this is what I need right now. Just let him know, because he's here all the time. He's always with you. His presence will never leave you. And so when you talk to God, he's always listening. Just talk to him right now and say, God, this is what I need in my life. You got to know that God loves you, that you're never too far, that you can always come back. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus tonight, maybe just in this moment, you want to start that relationship for the first time, and you could just talk to God in your own heart, and you could say, God, I admit that I have sinned, that I've messed up in life, I've made mistakes, but I believe that Jesus died for me so that I can be forgiven. God, give me a fresh start in life and help me to follow you. As best as I know how, I want to follow you with my life. And if you just prayed that prayer right now, not worried about anyone else around you, you should know that you just made the greatest decision that you could ever make. There's nothing better than knowing God. And so here's what I want you to do. It's really, really bold and brave. I just want you to talk to a leader. I could tell you right now, hey, lift up your hand. I want to see you, but it's more than that. I want you to talk to someone that you can trust, and you can trust every leader in this room and say, you know what? I want to start a relationship with God. I don't know what it means, but I need that in my life. Before you leave tonight, talk to a leader and have that conversation. And for the rest of us, what are we going to do? We're going to do everything we can to be better together, to love one another, to encourage one another, to be an amazing Grace Students family. So to close out, I'll tell you we're going to have some fun. You can look up. We started off the night with a bang. As we get ready to head into groups, we got to have some energy to head back into our groups. This is a little different, but here's what we're going to do just in 1 second. You're going to come back up here if you want to. We're going to do this song again we did at the beginning. And I want you to go absolutely insane. Have a ton of fun. Get super excited, because here's what you got to know as well, that church is fun. That church isn't meant to be boring. When you show up here, you're going to have a great time. And so before we head into groups, Becca and Sean are going to tell you where to go. The band's going to lead us this song one more time. Come on up. Let's party. I'm going to go first. I'm right here. Let's worship God together.
Come on, get up quickly. Get up quickly.
You are the reason for life, and the air inside my lungs. You've taken over my heart, and there's no doubt that your love is unexplainable, phenomenal. What your grace has done is nothing but a miracle. So tell me, how could I ever turn away from you when you've always been the way, the life, and the truth? Giving me a new heart, true reality. I'm living for the one who set me free. You've given me a vision better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up. It's not. Let's go. Da 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 da. Da 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 My friends keep saying I've changed, I'm acting different now. They wanna know what I know, they want the truth, and so I told them, if you're free on Sunday, come to youth with me. Leave your past right at the door, and you'll never be alone. Giving me a new heart, true reality. Living on the one who set me free. You've given me a vision better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up at all. You turn my life right upside down. You set my feet on higher ground. Now I'll never be the same. It's not a phase. Da 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 da. Da 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 da
I'll never be the same. My heart's forever changed. I know the old me is over and buried in the grave. I don't care what they say, cause I'll never be ashamed of his love that saved me. 180, the type that's never fade. So now throw up your hands if you know him, and go ahead and call up your friends. Cause we out here on a Sunday where it began. And if you owe it all to Jesus, go do your dance!
All right. Hey, Sean. Sorry, I was moshing out here.
It's all good. It's all good. Sunday nights are better because you are here, because God is here, and because your friends are here. And I think that this looks like a pretty great place to be on a Sunday night.
I just like that we're friends, and this makes us brother and sister. Family. You and me.
Wow. I'm going to ignore that even happened. That was rough, Becca.
They'll never forget.
They will hopefully forget by the time they head to groups in just a few minutes. But before we do
Bruh.
that, we have something big. We got something big. everybody had a chance to enter in for a giveaway for 2 Ohio State Buckeyes tickets next week.
Woo!
And VIPs and the friend that brought them got 2 entries. So who is our winner, Becca?
Claire Walker.
Claire Walker.
You back there? Come see us after the service,
Yeah,
all right?
after service, we will get you hooked up with your tickets.
Congratulations, OH!
Awesome, awesome.
All right. Well, right now, we're going to get you guys dismissed to our groups, okay? So